Hello there. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Today's journey, we will be diving into the first of the big three school. Oh, yes, school. Love it or hate it, it has affected us all. Schools were supposed to be institutions of learning. Instead, they are indoctrination camps. Now, you would think that in school they would teach you how to think, but in fact, they teach you not to think. All you have to do is memorize and follow instructions, and you'll be just fine and pass everything with flying colors. You better not disagree or get bored either, or you'll be in big trouble. Notice how school broke you down. Notice how you had to do everything a certain way and could only think a certain way, or you would be punished. Everyone had to do the same thing, the same way, to get the same result and get the same grade. Ever felt dumb, an outcast? Ever thought, why am I here? Because it seems the school is only for certain people. Remember being told the only way to be successful in life is to do good in school. Think about that for a second. The only way to be successful is to only do and think about what I tell you to do and how to do it. And don't deviate from that. Then you will be successful. Now, look, I'm not against school, and you shouldn't be either, because, well, it's needed. I'm just against how it's done. Everyone needs to know the basics in life. But after those basics, what are we doing? If you love to write, what's the point of algebra? If you were great at building with your hands, who cares who set sail in 1492? Did you know America led the world at one time in inventions by men who barely had an elementary education? The guy who invented the car only graduated from the eighth grade. Was he an idiot? No, he wasn't. But I will tell you one thing he was a thinker. All of us are. We are just taught not to think. It was discouraged because thinking for yourself is the gateway to freedom. In school, I experimented. I tried thinking out of the box and then just memorized and did what I was told. Thinking outside the box sunk my grades faster than the Titanic. Even in college, the supposed mecca of higher learning and critical thinking, yeah, that's a good way of getting kicked out. You're only considered brilliant when you can regurgitate your professor's thoughts and ideas in your own words, of course. But surprise, my grades soared higher than an eagle when I acted like a good boy and just did what I was told. Let me hand you this script for your life and show you how to do it. Don't deviate from it, and you'll be successful in life because we're not reinventing the wheel here. So, no thinking for yourself there, and just do as you're told. Does that sound familiar? I bet you didn't even know universities were started and created because very wealthy men wanted better employees, aka super slaves, to work their factories and businesses. Side note, I know I'm not giving exact references on the examples that I'm giving because, well, I want you to think. Look it up. Information you look up and discover, you retain better than just being told. You're used to having detailed information spit at you and you write it down. Today, do you remember that info? Probably not, but you were a good boy and wrote it down. Or just nodded your head like you wanted a treat and pretended you got it. But the information you researched and dug deep into, you can recall that better. Yes, you had to think, and you remembered that better. especially if that subject of information meant something to you. So tell me, why didn't you study more on those subjects that interested you, that made you excited, wanting to know more? Let me guess. You were told that that wasn't important. You were made to move on. If you were good at something and thoroughly enjoyed it, why couldn't you stick with it and focus on it? You can focus on things you like. You don't mind researching and working hard on things that interest you. It's funny how that works. On top of that, at some point, you felt like school wasn't for you. School is for other people. And that's where the breaking down of your spirit begins to work. You feel overwhelmed by useless information and underwhelmed by not being able to continue things that you like. Hopeless about your future? You either check out mentally or became a good boy and followed the path that they created for you. Then the older you got, the less you liked it. You acquiesced to the indoctrination because you didn't want to get in trouble, or you started to believe in it. You wanted a good life. You wanted to be successful. So you went all in. All the while, something deep down on the inside was nagging you, saying something isn't quite right. Do you want to go down this path? School became the way to success and not a tool for success. Yes, a tool. Does a hammer guide you, or do you guide the hammer? Do you work for the saw, or does the saw work for you? Yes, school has its place and its use in your life, but you should be in control. You should dictate what you should be learning, what is necessary and what is not. A man should always be learning, but focused on the things that are about him. Remember what I said in the first episode? There's a man for everything, like there's an app for everything. You have a unique gift, and you should be developing that gift, learning about that gift, working on that gift. Honestly, if you're not, everything else is a waste of time. And it doesn't matter what that gift is. It's needed, and you should be doing it. Never belittle your gift or anyone else's. We all need each other. The school was supposed to help you develop your gift or interest, but did it? Small portions of men, yes. The majority, no. We could go on and on about it, but I think you're starting to understand what I'm talking about. We will talk about school more, but later down the line when we start tying everything together. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Next, we will dive into the government. See you on the next one.